your specialization. In 5 years, you become an authority. In 5 years, you become a specialist. In 3 years, you become a specialist. In 5 years, you become an authority. Just by reading, studying. Let me see by hand, how many of you have read 8 books from January till now? 8 books. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see? So this is what I'm talking about, that misalignment. So we are not even studying. We are not even finding out. We are not even curious. We are not even inquisitive. You can't make it. I mean, I want to speak the way it is. Don't substitute prayer with work. And I like what Paul said. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 15:10. Am I 10:15? He says that by the grace of God, I am who I am. But I labor more. He said, I labor. So, one, he spoke of the grace and he spoke of labor. They go together. Don't believe that when you come and do all night, your finances will change. It won't change. If you don't align yourself properly, your finances will not change. And you begin to be frustrated because after 15 years, what have you got to achieve? Nothing. And you are frustrated. And sometimes when you are embarrassed, it's giving you a sign. But there are 2 reasons why people change. 1 is threat. 2 is reward. Every animal in this world, including all of the all human beings, there are 2 things that motivate us. Our brain is always looking for 2 things. It's looking for threat, it's looking for reward. So in management, we call it carrot and stick. Every animal, when it steps out there, is looking for threat. Will I be a prey? Will I not be a prey? Or it's looking for reward. So it's making sure it doesn't get killed. And number 2, is looking for food, it's looking for mate, it's looking for things like that. Human beings, the same thing. We also interpret life like that. Our brain is designed to also look for threat and to look for reward. And sometimes what will make people move is threat. It's the landlord coming to push you out. When you are embarrassed, you kick some people to want to start. It shouldn't get to that level, but unfortunately it happens. Hello? Am I speaking to someone? So how we program the mind, where does it come from? Where has it come from? We need to know it. Number 1, it came from your family. The way your mind has been programmed, 1, it came from your family. We call it baseline. So sometimes you need to check what your parents told you. Sometimes you need to check it. And some of the things they told you, you probably need to fight against some of them. Hey, if you had them, that is the reason why you are struggling, because they are put in your mind. So even when you can take a step, you don't want to take a step because something is telling you if you had the empire and so you can't even take an initiative. You can't even be bold and step out there and say, "No, I'm going to do this mission. I'm going to talk to this man. I'm going to do that." You are held back as a limiting belief, and it was told to you. You were programmed by your parents or by your family. Number 2, we are programmed by the school we attended. We are who we are because we're programmed by the school. 3, we were programmed by religion. So if you take every religious organization, the people tend to behave in a particular way. So we are programmed by religion. Number 3, we are programmed by friends. So it means that your people you call friends, you must be able to be very careful about people you bring and call friends, because they can make or unmake you. Because they affect your values, what is important to you. If a friend anytime you are buying pork, and your friend is encouraging you, he's always encouraging you, and you haven't bought 1 block, you must watch it. But a friend will tell you, then that is a good friend. He's making sure he changes the mind that you have. The next one, the thing that influences our brain, the map that we have, is the media. What have you heard the media say? What have you heard the media not say? The next one is where we live. Sometimes where we live also shapes us. So the kind of subculture we have, the kind of environment we find ourselves also shapes the way we think. It shapes the map that we have. And then the other one is your major historical event in your life. And the last one is significant emotional event in your life. Something might have happened to someone. So, yes, I did with you that. I remember one day I printed one of my books and I didn't know I sent the wrong file. They printed it, they brought it to me. I was doing a program somewhere, and then one young man said, there are mistakes in your book. I said, no, there can't be mistakes in the book. I picked the book, and there was a wrong file I sent to them. At that time, that was about close to 10 years ago. It was about almost 20,000 cities worth of books. I had to trash all of them. Painful, yes. But I said I didn't want my name to be out there associated with errors, so I had to trash all of them. These are emotional events, but they're a significant event. But I said, no, I'll still move forward. That is my job. That is what I do. That is what I'm passionate about, so I'll pursue it. So subsequently, I am not careful when I am doing subsequent books. So these are things that shape the maps that you have, define the maps we have. So again, I'm saying it again, the results you want is determined by your behavior is determined by your map or your filters. Okay. Now, you cannot pour out of an empty cup. You can never pour out of an empty cup. So if you are empty, please don't substitute spirituality. If you are empty, you are empty. Don't substitute it. So you can't pour out of an empty cup. So if you are empty, if you don't have content, we can't pour anything out of you. If you go for an interview and they are interviewing you and you are porous and you are empty, when they ask you the questions, it will show you are empty. When they ask you to deliver something and you are delivering and you are empty, it will show you are empty. There was an incident where I was asked to go and deliver a talk somewhere on emotional intelligence. There were two people delivering the same topic. So fortunately, when I got there, the guy who's the chairman of the group said, oh, I should see his slides. So I saw his slide. In my mind, I said, this man, it was rubbish. I didn't say anything to him. And he made a good choice. He said, I should start first. When I finished, he said he won't talk again. Because he has gone to do cut and pay. He doesn't understand the human mind, how it works. So I'm saying that if you don't have content, it will show. If you don't have what it takes, it will show. If you are not studying, it will show. If it's not there, it will show. So if you are empty, it will show. And we are just telling ourselves that for 8 months, we can't even reading. At least if you are reading a book a month, that is for the 8 months, you should have read by 8 books by now. And many of us cannot show. And you want to compete with somebody in your office, get promoted, it won't happen. It won't happen. Hello? Because they're not going to look at how well you pray. They are going to look at your delivery, your content, what you are able to do, how valuable you are, what you've added to yourself, and you are bringing the value you are bringing to the company. So yes, pray, do all those things, but after that, still develop yourself like Daniel. The Bible said they were found 10 times more better than what the other people. That's what we are talking about. And Daniel didn't say that, oh, you just pray and just no. After praying, he does what? He does the economics. Joseph did not just interpret dreams. After interpreting the dreams, he does what? He stepped out there and said, hey, Charlie, if you want somebody, who else can do this one? He had prepared himself over the years. How prepared are you? If you are empty, it will show. Please take it from me. If you are empty, it will show. Another reason why we have a wrong map is the comfort that we operate in a comfort zone. When you are in a comfort zone, there's a zone, there are other zones beyond the comfort zone. But you are comfortable in the yellow zone, the comfort zone. But there's a red zone beyond the comfort zone. When you move from your comfort zone to the other zone, it feels uncomfortable. Okay, right now, if you are a right-handed person, write with your left hand. And if you're a left-handed person, write with your right hand and tell me how it feels. Write your name with the other hand. How does it feel? Write your name with the other hand. and tell me how it feels. Uncomfortable, right? But do you know that when you continue using that, you very soon to become comfortable? You know that? So when you are in a comfort zone, any zone beyond that zone, that is beyond that zone, is a growth zone. When you stay in the comfort zone, you don't grow. So these two zones are there, and people can operate within. You are not operating with you, you are comfortable with your zone. The story is told of two frogs. One lived by the sea, and one lived in a pond. So one day, the one who lived by the sea went to visit the one who was in the pond. When he went to the one to visit the one in the pond said, "Hey, Charlie, frog from the sea, have you seen my environment? Have you seen my pond? It's very big. It's very big. I can walk like this. I can't even reach the end. I can walk like this. I can't reach the end. I can walk like this. I can't reach the end." He was trying to brag to the frog from the sea. And the frog from the sea couldn't understand what this young man is saying. Because the sea is beyond limits. So this small boundary the guy is in and he's bragging. He says, "Hey, I'm this boundary. Charlie, this pond is big."